The senator from Iowa.
Mr. President, I'm going to speak for 3 minutes or 4 minutes on an issue besides human trafficking, and I would like to have my remarks placed in the record before we start debate on the human trafficking bill.
Without objection.
Okay. Today I'm introducing legislation with Senator Enzi and a few other senators to close a tax loophole that could mean billions of dollars in tax benefits going to individuals based on work that they performed illegally in the United States. The tax benefit I'm referring to is the Earned Income Tax Credit. The Earned Income Tax Credit was established as a work incentive to help move more individuals from the welfare rolls to the payrolls. The policy behind the EITC is one that I and many of my colleagues support, as it is intended to foster betterment and personal responsibility by giving those on the lowest rungs of the labor pool an extra incentive to jump in and stay in the workforce rather than rely on welfare programs. It does this by providing a tax benefit to low-income individuals based on the amount of earned income that they have. The Earned Income Tax Credit is refundable, so it benefits even those who don't earn enough money to have a federal income tax liability by providing them a cash payment. In 1996, Congress, as a matter of policy, determined that the Earned Income Tax Credit should be, quote, denied to individuals not authorized to be employed in the United States, end quote. That's the exact language used in the title of the relevant provisions that was enacted in 1996. Congress carried this policy out by requiring those claiming the Earned Income Tax Credit to provide a Social Security number for themselves, their spouse, and their children. From a policy perspective, this rule made a lot of sense to me and many of my colleagues as it passed both the House and Senate with broad support. Obviously, if the object of the Earned Income Tax Credit is to encourage work, it makes no sense to provide such an incentive to those who are not legally allowed to work. Why would we want to encourage individuals to break our immigration laws? What Congress didn't know at the time was that an unknown future date, a president with stroke of a pen would essentially grant millions of undocumented workers amnesty. Under the president's action, those previously working illegally in the United States will be eligible for work authorization and a Social Security number. Based on an IRS interpretation of the Earned Income Tax Credit eligibility requirements, those who obtain a Social Security number will be eligible to claim the Earned Income Tax Credit not only for future years, but for previous years while they were living and working in the United States undocumented. Based on the statute of limitations, those obtaining deferred action could then go back and amend or file returns for up to 3 previous tax years to take advantage of a credit that can be worth several thousands of dollars each year. The legislation I'm introducing today with Senator Enzi will fix this loophole by making it clear that those granted deferred action are not eligible to claim the Earned Income Tax Credit for the years they worked in the United States as undocumented workers. This proposal is simply an extension of current policy. Those granted deferred action will still be able to claim the Earned Income Tax Credit in years going forward for work that they perform legally. This proposal reflects the common sense proposition that American taxpayers should not be subsidized for work that they performed illegally in the United States. This bill should be a no-brainer for any of my colleagues that agree that we should not reward individuals for breaking our immigration laws and our employment laws. I encourage my colleagues on both sides of the aisle to support this common sense piece of legislation.